Welcome to part 2 of today's lecture. We are going to be looking at locations of muscles. So again, I already taught you a muscle. It's unfortunately not in today's lecture. We have the humerus, we have the ulna, you have the brachialis going from here to here, proximal ulna. So we're going to be looking at locations, where they are. You will be tested on the lecture exam where these muscles are. We're also going to be looking at the actions. This action, the brachialis, is to reduce the angle of that joint, so it's a flexor. The muscle on the opposite side is an extensor. This is going to be your lecture test. I'm going to ask you what these muscles do. We're also going to have insertions and origins. Again, the origin is the side that should not move, and the insertion is the side that should move. I think insertions and origins are really important because they let you know how the muscle is attached, and you can figure out, well, this is where it's attached to. This side should move, this side should not move. This is what the muscle is supposed to be doing. Might not be doing that in some cases like me, but it's what it's supposed to be doing. So I think those are very important to learn. Now, if I believe there's 60 muscles that are on the study guide. 60 times 3 is 180 plus the original 60. That's 240 muscles. That's a lot. So insertions and origins are on line activities. We're going to have locations on the lecture exam and the lab exam. Mostly it's the lab exam, and I'm going to have you identify them on the lab exam. You're also going to be doing one big project with all of this. So, muscles of the head. We're going to start by looking at muscles of the head. Do you guys know the names of any of these muscles? Have you heard of any of them before? Are you sure? What would you call a muscle right there? Frontalis. What would you call a muscle there? Temporalis. What would you call a muscle there? Occipitalis. Oh, wow, you've heard of 3 of them. So we now just have to learn the next 75 muscles. So you'll be able to identify the actions of these muscles. They are going to be on the lecture exam. It'll be, what does the orbicularis oculi do? You'll identify which muscles work together. So I'm going to break it into which muscles help you smile, which ones help you frown. You'll explain the hyoid muscle group. Spoiler, most of them have hyoid in it. And you'll do online activities for the origins and the insertions. So, this first muscle your textbook calls the epicranius group. What does epi mean? Epi is on. So the epicranium is on the skull. And it actually has 2 parts. We have this part right here that is attached to the skin right above your eyebrows. What do you think that's going to do? Raise your eyebrows. Then you have another belly right here. I learned it as 2 different muscles. I learned it as the frontalis and the occipitalis. So, the frontalis. Its insertion is the skin above the eyebrows. It's going to help you raise your eyebrows. It wrinkles your scalp. I have no idea why you want to wrinkle your scalp, but it does. And its insertion is this thing called the epicranial aponeurosa. Aponeurosa is just a thick, dense connective tissue. And epicranial means it's on top. So this right here, it's why you don't have a parietalis muscle, is the aponeurosis. So you have the frontalis right here and the occipitalis, and they share a common origin right there. Speaking of which, the occipitalis. It is on the occipital bone. Its insertion is the superior nuchal line. And it wrinkles the posterior scalp. Again, I have no idea why you want to wrinkle the scalp. And the origin is the epicranial aponeurosa. That's this stuff. So we're going to talk about 2 muscles now that help you wink. And no, neither of them are tinky winky. Let's say you're out at an adult establishment. That would be a bar probably. And you see a cute person walk in. You want to wink at them. So what muscle are you going to use? Well, there's this muscle that goes in a circle that is right here. And what's a circle? What goes in circles? Planets. So this muscle is called an orbicularis. There's going to be another one around your mouth. So it's an orbicularis. And do you remember what a fancy name for the eye is? Oculi, the ocular lens. So it's the orbicularis oculi. So the job of the orbicularis oculi is to help you wink. Now, say this cute person comes in, you close your eye to wink at them, you'd look very silly if you just kept your eye closed. So you have to be able to open your eye. So there's another muscle in here, and the origin's your eyelid. So there's another muscle in here that is attached to your eyelid. It's right there. And your eyelids, they are called palpebrae. So it's going to raise your palpebrae, and this is on the top eyebrow. What is top? Superioris. Now, it'd be nice if it's just the superioris palpebrae. We need to say what it does. Is it opening the eyelids or closing it? Well, this one, the orbicularis oculi, is closing. This is opening. To open, you elevate or levitate. So it's the levitator. So, our story so far, you walk in, or a cute person walks in, you blink with the orbicularis oculi to close your eyelids, then quickly you open it back up with the levitator, superioris palpebrae. And I just messed that up. It's the levitator palpebrae superioris. That's what I get for breaking the word up as I'm writing. So, the orbicularis oculi, that is going around your orbit, like so. And it is attached to your eyelids. So its insertion is your eyelids. And it winks. Technically, it is adducting your eye. You are closing your eye. It is going towards the midline. So it is adduction. Now, our other muscle is right here. That is the levitator palpebrae superioris. That means it goes up on the eyelids and it's superior. So this one is going to help open your eyes, your top eyelid. It retracts, that means it pulls back, and elevates your eyelid. So it also inserts on the eyelid. Now, you think they wink back at you and smile at you, so you're going to be very happy. So we're going to talk about 3 sets of the smiling muscles, or 4 sets of the smiling muscles. There's actually 12 in total. So whoever says there's 13 muscles to frown and only 8 to smile, they're wrong. On both counts, by the way. So we're going to look at these muscles to smile. So all of these are going to have insertions on the lips. Now my favorite right here goes from the zygomatic bone, and it attaches to the lips, and it's a humongous muscle. So this is the Zygomaticus Major. Now it has a friend. It too is going to attach to the zygomatic bone. We have a smaller one, also going to the zygomatic bone. What should we call this? That's right, the Zygomaticus Minor. The third one, that's superior. Wow, that was easy to draw. This is the levitator labii superioris. Actually goes, I guess, more like that. So labii is a fancy way to say lips. Levitator means it goes up and it's on the superior side. And the last one is the levitator angularis oris, which is hiding under these 3 muscles. So let us look at them. So we have these 4 muscles, and I'm going to talk about the Zygomaticus Major on the next page. It goes from the corner of the lips, that's its insertion, to the zygomatic bone. According to the book, it's the arch. According to Wikipedia, it's the bone. I say it goes to the bone, by the way. Then we have the Zygomaticus Minor, right here, going up to the maxillary process. We have the levitator anguli hiding in the middle there, and sort of goes underneath those 2. And the levitator labii superioris going straight up from, again, the corner to the infraorbital margin. So they're all going to let you smile. Again, there's 12 total. Here's the Zygomaticus Major. It is going to start according to the book at the zygomatic arch. So we're going with the book, even though it's very clear it's the body in the picture. We are going to insert on the skin at the corner. And it raises the lips to smile. I like this muscle. It's a happy muscle. So you're happy they smiled at you. You're imagining kissing them. So you're going to need to pucker your lips. Or you're going to go home and play a trumpet in sadness. This muscle is called the orbicularis oris. What did we call the muscle that went in a circle there? That was the orbicularis oculi, because it went around in an orbit around the eye. Well, this is the orbicularis, because it goes in a circle, and it is called the orbicularis oris. Oratory is speech. So this is the orbicularis oris. Its insertion is the skin around the lips. So it's there around the lips. Here's your Zygomaticus major. Here's the minor, levitator labii. So it goes around the lips. And there's some argument that's actually 3 muscles. And it puckers your lips. That would be to kiss, to play a trombone or a trumpet, to help suck on a straw because you're sad and you went home and drank a chocolate milkshake. So it puckers your lips. You see where this is getting. You suddenly realize that they're not smiling at you, they're smiling at the person behind you. That makes you really sad. So you're going to frown. I would like to point out it does not take 13 muscles to frown at this point. It takes 11. It takes 12 muscles to smile. So whoever's gone around telling you it takes more muscles to frown than smile, they're wrong. So we're going to talk about this one first. It's actually the least important. What's that process? It's the mental process. What's this region? The mental region. So this muscle is the mentalis. And it helps you to frown. You then have another muscle that is right here. And it's going to pull your lips downwards. It's going to depress. It's a really depressing muscle. So this is the depressor. And I sort of try to draw it at an angle. Angularis. And again, what's mouth? Oris. Not the Egyptian god Oris, oratory, speech. So that is the second one. Then the third one, the depressor labii inferioris. Oops, see, that was supposed to be a different color. There's the depressor labii inferioris. So, in closing, we saw a cute person. We winked at them. We winked with our orbicularis oculi. We opened our eye back up with the levitator palpebrae superioris. We got happy. We smiled with our Zygomaticus major, our Zygomaticus minor, and our levitator labii superioris. We got ready to pucker our lips with our orbicularis oris. Then we got really sad and used our mentalis, our depressor labii angularis, and our depressor labii inferioris. So, the depressor angularis oris is this one right here. Yes, red on red works really well. And it's going to pull the skin at your corners of your mouth down. The mentalis, you know I just like the name mental, that is going to insert at the chin. So here's the depressor labii angularis. You can see where it is. I don't know why these aren't stopping and the bone ones did stop. So, when we get sad, or at least when I get sad, I eat. So we're going to be talking about the muscles of eating or mastication next. Thank you.